Oh my, hi, wow. I messed that one up. Cheers, welcome to Chicago Reacts. My name is Lauren. We had some fun a second ago. Anyway, today we're watching an Alex Bale video. I don't remember if I've watched him on this channel or not. Or if I watched him maybe by myself at some point. I don't know, but this video is about the Cocoa Puffs conspiracy. I didn't know that was a thing. So maybe this should be on the Learns channel. I'm not sure, but I decided that this is gonna happen here today. I'm gonna learn about a conspiracy involving Cocoa Puffs. Never my favorite cereal growing up. They didn't taste like chocolate to me. They tasted like styrofoam that was too sweet. So, I don't know. Yeah, he's, so yeah, I mean, like I said, don't know anything about, I never really liked Cocoa Puffs. Don't really know anything about this conspiracy. We're about to find out. It's the Midas touch of Cocoa Puffs.
I've always thought there was something strange about Cocoa Puff commercials.
I mean, look, there's something strange about a lot of cereal commercials. The Cinnamon Toast Crunch commercials literally involve cannibalism. Like, just saying. Like, and the Trix commercials involve constantly stealing this poor creature's favorite meal. This rabbit is starving. Like all cereal commercials are kind of terrifying.
Most kids' cereal commercials are pretty straightforward. There's a fun, wacky mascot character who wants a certain type of cereal and has to overcome some kind of obstacle to get it.
Hand over those delicious Lucky Charms!
They're all-
Rabbit, tricks are for kids!
It's so mean. Like, so many of them are just cruel. Like, they're stealing the charms from Lucky. They're stealing the tricks from the rabbit. Like, a lot of, like, the Fruit Loops guy at least gives them to, he's trying to give away his Fruit Loops. The Honey Nut Cheerios guy is usually a hero of some kind. But, like, I don't know. I feel like there's something wonky about a lot of cereal commercials.
Pretty basic stuff. But the thing that's strange about Cocoa Puff commercials is that Sonny the Cuckoo Bird isn't trying to get the cereal, he's actively trying to avoid it.
That is true.
Great taste of Cocoa Puffs. You've got to keep Cocoa Puffs away from me.
If you think about it, Sonny is kind of a struggling addict who's desperately trying not to relapse, but fails every time and ends up destroying whatever building he's in and terrifying the people around him.
Kind of sad.
Myself, I'm going Cocoa for Cocoa Puffs. Cocoa for Cocoa Puffs.
Cocoa Puffs are literally ruining his life, and I think it's kind of weird that that's how General Mills chose to advertise their cereal for children. But whatever.
Okay,
These are
good
just
point.
silly 30-second kids commercials that are all essentially the same. There's no plot or world building. There couldn't possibly be anything
is
here
there?
worth theorizing about. Right? What if I told you that beneath the surface of these colorful cereal advertisements is one of the most dark and complex underlying narratives I have ever seen in a piece of media?
Okay.
A hidden story of addiction, war, betrayal, and a massive conspiracy about the world Sonny lives in that no one has discovered before today.
Okay,
I
Alex.
promise you that after this, you will never be able to watch a Cocoa Puff commercial the same way again. This is the Cocoa Puffs conspiracy.
I haven't seen a Cocoa Puffs commercial in a long time. I think I might have watched some of his stuff on my own.
Oh no, I've been in a car accident. I should call my lawyer.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan.
Hi, John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. It's Alex Bale of YouTube. Can I have money, please?
Morgan.
Did you know your injury could be worth millions of dollars? Morgan & Morgan is the biggest injury law firm in America, and they've recovered over $20 billion.
Maybe I haven't. His voice sounds familiar, but his face
That's a lot of money.
doesn't.
The insurance companies tried to lowball me, but Morgan & Morgan was able to take my pain and suffering and turn it into all this money. It's almost a good thing that I was injured. But wait. How much is Morgan & Morgan gonna cost me?
You never owe us legal fees unless we're successful.
They're
blue
completely
screen.
free unless I win? Wait a second, I don't know how to hire a lawyer. That sounds too hard.
I will say, everyone's doing Morgan & Morgan commercials these days, and I'm just worried that it's going to turn into like the tree one. Titles or something. What was it? I don't know. The one where you bought like a plot of land in Scotland and then you're a lard. That one. It feels like a scam. I don't know.
Do that? It's actually super easy, idiot. You can just go to
Allegedly.
their website and then in a couple clicks, you can find out if you have a case. You can literally do it from your smartphone, dummy. And remember, there's only one Morgan & Morgan. Wait, alright. It's Morgan. There's two of them though. Wait, what? You can start your claim today by going to forthepeople.com/Alex. The link is also in the description, or you could scan the QR code with your phone camera. Unless you're watching this on your phone, in that case you'll have to use the link in the description. So if you're injured, you can trust Morgan & Morgan.
Do you remember that if you have a phone, you have a lawyer commercials with a spooky payphone on the black background and the smoke everywhere? I remember those commercials.
And Alex.
Morgan.
Also,
Okay.
this video is not sponsored by Cocoa Puffs or General Mills, and I am not trying to make any claims about the real-life Cocoa Puffs brand. I am just theorizing about fictional lore and
You gotta
commercials
allegedly-
for fun and entertainment purposes. Please
Don't at
support
him, General Mills.
Bye.
I like that he capes up with that with his lawyer commercial. He's like, oh, and lawyers should tell me this. The bird world.
The very first commercials for Cocoa Puffs aired in 1958 and originally featured 3 children instead of the iconic cuckoo bird as their mascot.
All aboard for the Cocoa Puffs train. Ding, ding!
It wasn't until 1962 that Sonny made his first appearance
Oh,
as the bird who goes cuckoo whenever he sees Cocoa Puffs.
Watch out, because I'm Cocoa Puff!
This format was very successful, and Sonny has been the mascot for the brand ever since. Since then, he's gone through many redesigns, but the basic premise
Looks
has
the
always
same.
stayed the same. Sometimes he's joined by children, sometimes he's with his grandpa, but he always ends up going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs despite his best efforts to avoid them.
Sorry,
I
man.
won't go cuckoo for my favorite cereal. I'm cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
It wasn't until 2004 that Sonny got his most iconic redesign that he's still known
Oh.
for today. And it's these commercials
Okay.
that I'm going to be focusing on for this theory. The more
Okay,
modern
cool.
Cocoa Puff commercials introduce us to the world that Sonny lives in, a society inhabited by intelligent talking birds.
No chocolatey vanilla Cocoa Puffs combos, part of this good breakfast.
And it's surprisingly complex for just being the backdrop of kids' cereal commercials. They have their own bird cities, bird airports,
Huh.
bird legal systems. They even have a bird military.
Dang.
Chocolatey Puffs. Who wants to ride more chocolatey?
Why do the Cocoa Puff commercial birds need a military? Like, who are they fighting? Are there bird wars? And the entire
That's a
bird
good question.
world seems to run on Cocoa Puffs. All the grocery
Who are they
stores sell
fighting?
are Cocoa Puffs. If you go to the opera, they're singing about Cocoa Puffs.
This box right here.
Well, the thing is, are they, or is this Sonny's world? And his brain transposes Cocoa Puffs onto everything.
Cocoa Puffs.
Even the media seems to be run by Cocoa Puffs.
Extra, new chocolatey vanilla Cocoa Puffs combo cereal.
So, obviously, this is a very difficult place for someone trying to beat a Cocoa Puff addiction. No matter what Sonny does or where he goes, he cannot avoid Cocoa Puffs. He tries to ask people for help, but all they want to do is talk about how great Cocoa Puffs are.
How do I escape the great taste of Cocoa Puffs?
Why would you want to escape it? Cocoa Puffs are
Oh.
crunchy.
Crunchy. Stop it.
Oh my god, everyone's been brainwashed in this world except for Sonny, who knows something bad is happening, but he can't stop it. Nobody else is like noticing anything at all. Is that what the theory is going to be?
The only person willing to help him is Gramps, his trusted grandpa, who's been with him since 1962.
Keep Shelly from going cuckoo. I'm gonna hide Cocoa Puffs in this room.
Gramps?
I'm not hiding Cocoa Puffs.
Cocoa Puffs?
Don't go cuckoo on me, boy.
But even with his help, it's not enough. He tries to go to the store, or the opera, or in a plane, or a deserted island, but wherever he goes, Cocoa Puffs is already there.
Cocoa Puffs!
Sonny even tries to file a restraining order against Cocoa Puffs, but it doesn't work because apparently they're too delicious.
I find you guilty of being delicious.
Sonny is a very tragic character because of just how much Cocoa Puffs are an inescapable, fundamental
I
part
follow
of this
him.
world.
It's an eldritch horror.
But it isn't always like this. Occasionally, there are these weird outlier commercials that show a different side to this world, where we see these little moments where the bird citizens are just as afraid of Cocoa Puffs as Sonny is. The first time I noticed this was in a commercial for the new Cocoa Puffs chocolate and vanilla combo cereal.
Extra, extra new chocolatey vanilla Cocoa Puffs combo cereal.
It opens with a newspaper boy announcing the new cereal, but for the first time, people seem kind of disinterested in Cocoa Puffs.
Yeah, they're just kind of
and
wandering
walk
around.
past him. And then the commercial takes a very sudden turn.
To the
When
apocalyptic.
And vanilla combined, there's no escape.
Two massive Cocoa Puffs in the sky crash into each other and begin raining down Cocoa Puffs all over the city. The people
Yeah,
start
it's apocalyptic,
screaming and
dang.
running for their lives as the entire city is consumed by chocolate and vanilla.
Don't go cuckoo! Don't go cuckoo!
But after Sonny goes cuckoo, we cut back and see that everyone is now enjoying the cereal.
New chocolatey vanilla Cocoa Puffs combos, part of this good breakfast.
Now in bowls everywhere.
Something has changed. This is
Interesting.
not a world where everyone has always loved Cocoa Puffs. I think that this is a world that has been taken over by Cocoa Puffs.
Cocoa Puff brainworm.
If you don't
Okay.
believe me, we get much more explicit confirmation of this in the commercial for the new chocolatey explosion puffs. I've kind of been holding off on showing this one because it is honestly the most insane commercial I have ever seen in my entire life.
Ever?
Like, you are not prepared for what I am about to show you.
Okay,
This
let's
commercial
go.
takes place inside of the Bird military headquarters, where Sonny, as a Cocoa Puffs expert, discusses the dangers of this new type of Cocoa Puffs that's exploding in people's homes.
I'm warning you, it's more chocolatey.
What do you mean more chocolatey?
Yeah.
Picture chocolatey Cocoa Puffs.
Okay.
Even more chocolatey than that.
And the military birds look terrified of this and are treating it like a major threat.
Extra chocolatey puffs?
Who authorized more chocolatey?
Just how chocolatey is it?
And what happens next is... I can't even describe it to you. You just have to kind of see it for yourself.
Okay.
Chocolatey than that.
Just how chocolatey is it?
Cocoa Puffs. That's good extra chocolate. Go for Cocoa Puffs. Go for Cocoa Puffs.
Sonny reveals he secretly brought a box of the explosive Cocoa Puffs into the meeting with him, essentially a bomb that he launches at the military, basically committing Cocoa Puffs domestic terrorism and flooding the entire room with chocolate.
Not the craziest commercial I've ever seen.
And afterwards, we see the main military guy again, except now he seems to be supporting the cereal,
Limited time only.
and even his military stars have been replaced with Cocoa Puffs. Sonny has essentially performed a coup and used Cocoa Puffs to take over the Bird military. These commercials are not about trying to sell cereal to kids. They're about the hostile takeover of the bird world from within.
Oh, okay.
But why is Sonny doing this? I thought he was just
He's got-
some guy
got a
trying to
brainworm.
escape his addiction.
You've got to keep Cocoa Puffs away from me.
Why is he suddenly a sleeper agent working for Cocoa Puffs in this commercial? And who is really behind this takeover.
So, at this point, you might be thinking that these are all just a bunch of random, incoherent, one-off commercials with no continuity or logic behind the things happening.
But
they're just a bunch of wacky, random...
Are we gonna see the same character in multiple ones? Because that would give them some continuity and link them.
skits made to sell cereal to kids, and we shouldn't really try to understand them. And you'd probably be right until they released a single commercial that fundamentally changed everything we thought we knew about this world. In fact, this commercial gives us so much new evidence that it is the entire reason I decided to make this theory.
Okay,
Let's take a look.
let's go. Hurry up.
Cocoa Puffs experiment. How long does it take Sunny to go cuckoo for?
Cocoa Puffs?
Immediately, this commercial looks and feels very different than the others. Instead of a bird city, we're inside of a very advanced looking laboratory where Sunny is apparently being experimented on with Cocoa Puffs.
Begin countdown now.
So chocolatey! I'm Cocoa Puffs!
That didn't take long at all.
As expected, Sunny goes cuckoo and
Interesting
destroys
that he hits the wall of the containment facility.
the lab, but in the final moments of the commercial, we pull back to see who's really running the show.
Ooh,
Humans.
humans.
Humans are the
What?
ones behind this experiment. This world that we thought was only inhabited by intelligent bird people also has humans in it. And now, with this context, we can finally start to put all the pieces together.
What have we done to these poor birds? The human war, maybe is that, oh, so he's gonna say that's why the birds have the military, right?
So, here is my theory. This is a world where advanced intelligent humans and bird people separately coexist as global superpowers. And I believe
Okay.
humans are the ones who created the Cocoa Puffs.
Wow.
I think we can assume
Makes
this
sense.
because we can see humans are running a lab that is clearly making and testing Cocoa Puffs. We can even see the chemical structure for Cocoa Puffs
Oh,
on the
is
monitor.
that the real
so
chemical
that means
structure
that
for Cocoa
humans are responsible for giving Cocoa Puffs to bird society. And clearly their intentions are
So it's like when white people gave natives smallpox blankets.
far beyond just
Or when the
diplomatic
CIA started planting cocaine on people.
trade. Remember what they
black
were
people.
testing for.
How long does it take Sunny to go cuckoo for?
Cocoa Puffs?
How long does it take Sunny to go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs? They are specifically testing how addictive the cereal is, meaning humans are intentionally trying to create the most addictive product they can. In the world of these commercials, Cocoa Puffs are not just a delicious breakfast item. They are a weapon created by humans to brainwash and control an enemy nation's population.
The fictional in-universe cereal is what I mean, not the real-life Cocoa Puffs. Please don't sue me, General Mills.
We are witnessing an interspecies war between humans and birds where humans are launching giant Cocoa Puffs at the cities and planting sleeper agents inside of the military. Why is this inside of a cereal commercial? So, these commercials are telling the story of this global Cocoa Puffs war.
So that was the
I
first
think they're
one thing?
telling it out of order,
Okay.
and this lab commercial is at the start of the timeline.
Oh, okay. So this is the first one, and then like the next one would be like the vanilla thing, right? Where everyone was scared, and then they all got brainwashed.
Showing us the creation of Cocoa Puffs. The humans use Sunny as a guinea pig to create an extremely addictive cereal, and they even made him the mascot on the
Aw,
box to
poor
help sell
Sunny.
it to other birds. But why would Sunny go along with this? Well, he doesn't exactly have a choice. Like everyone else, he's just a victim being controlled by the addictive, brainwashing properties of Cocoa Puffs. All they have to do to activate his programming is just say his 3 trigger words: munchy, crunchy, chocolatey, and he goes
Winter
cuckoo
Soldier.
for Cocoa Puffs.
Why don't we discuss your home? Your real home.
This is a fantastic edit, by the way.
Munchy?
Zinadzit.
Crunchy?
Разве?
Chocolatey? And I'm...
Pretty good. Pretty good, Alex.
That's
Я готов отвечать.
He is the human's perfect sleeper agent. And believe it or not, this has all actually been foreshadowed since the very first Cocoa Puff commercial.
Because there were humans in the
Remember how I
first
said
one.
The original 1958 commercials only featured children instead of a bird? Well, that wasn't entirely true.
Oh.
All aboard for the
No! He was there the whole time. I didn't see him there the first time.
Cocoa Puffs train.
In the kid's home, we can see a cage holding a bird. From the very start, Sunny has always been a prisoner to humans. And even the 70s commercials show us that it was humans who first got Sunny addicted.
Puff, puff, Cocoa Puff.
Whoa!
Tasting Cocoa Puffs. Munchy, crunchy, chocolatey. Cocoa Puffs. Yahoo!
And if you're still not convinced that this is an intentional hidden
He's got
narrative
me.
inside
I got
of these
it.
commercials,
He's
then let me
won
ask
me
you
over.
this. Why did they choose to make the mascot of their cereal a cuckoo bird? Sure, it's partially because cuckoo sounds like cuckoo, but I think there's a deeper reason. What are cuckoo birds?
They are birds that kick the real baby birds out of the nest, and the mama cuckoo bird lays her cuckoo egg into a different bird's nest, and then the cuckoo bird is bigger than the other birds. So when the other parents who don't know for some reason that this is not their bird child start feeding it, if there are still other birds in the nest, it outcompetes them for food. And the other parents raise it. So the mama and papa cuckoo bird don't have to raise it.
They're brood parasites. Instead of raising their young, they secretly lay their eggs into the nest of other bird species, and once the baby cuckoo hatches, they proceed to kill the other birds and take over the nest from within.
The cuckoo chick instinctively pushes out any
the baby
other eggs
cuckoo
in the
does it.
nest.
Okay.
They are literally the sleeper agents of birds. This is exactly what's happening in
I was a little bit wrong on what I thought. I thought that either that sometimes they were able to outcompete the others. That's even worse.
these commercials. Humans secretly inserted Sunny into bird society, and he took it over from within, just like a cuckoo bird. And the humans didn't just randomly insert Sunny into any old nest. Take a look at the commercial where we see Sunny's grandpa's house.
It keeps Sally from going cuckoo. I'm gonna hide Cocoa Puffs in this room.
Gramps?
They're in a hallway full of what I assume are family photos. And if you look closely, you can see a picture of the main military.
The military
bird.
guy!
The humans inserted Sunny into a family with a high-ranking military officer, which allowed Sunny to use that connection to get into the military headquarters and perform the coup.
See, I was waiting for another bird, like one of them to show up in two commercials, and it did. That links it officially.
And it worked. Everyone hit by Cocoa Puffs instantly loves them. They own the military, their entire economy and legal system runs on Cocoa Puffs. Humans have essentially colonized and taken over all of bird society. They won. So, now that the war is over, I guess the next question is, what happens to Sunny? Well, he's not a prisoner anymore. He's free to live a normal life in a world controlled by humans and eat all the Cocoa Puffs he wants.
So a normal life.
Except now,
He doesn't want to.
unlike all the birds around him, he desperately doesn't want Cocoa Puffs.
You've got to keep Cocoa Puffs away from me! How do I escape the great taste of Cocoa Puffs?
But why? Because
he
more than
still
anyone
remembers.
else, Sunny knows the truth about this world. He knows all the horrible things humans have done to bird society, the horrible things he has done to betray his country. So, of course, he would try and reject Cocoa Puffs. But
It's a
the
tragedy.
world he lives in literally runs on the cereal. No matter where he goes, he can't escape his addiction. Remember, he even tried to file a restraining order against Cocoa Puffs in a bird court of law, but the judge refused to. Wait a second.
What?
Why is the judge
Grandpa?
Sunny's grandpa?
Grandpa's in on it.
Cuckoo court
I mean, it was a pretty terrible job he did of to keep Sonny from going cuckoo. I'm going to hide them in this room. I'm not hiding Cocoa Puffs in this room. You know, he's not a good liar.
I find you guilty of being delicious. Sonny, this is a fancy restaurant.
That is clearly Sonny's grandpa. Even his nameplate says Judge Gramps. Wouldn't that be like a major conflict of interest? Like, you can't just be a judge for your own family member's court case, right? And even if we ignore that, isn't Sonny's grandpa
and the opera lady
supposed
was
to be
in there
the
too.
one character who's actually on his side?
To keep Sonny from going cuckoo, I'm gonna hide Cocoa Puffs in this room. Cocoa Puffs? Don't go cuckoo on me, boy.
Why does he rule against Sonny when he's the only one who's been trying to help him beat his addiction?
Because he's not.
Maybe we need to take a closer look.
He's not
at
trying to
Sonny's
help.
Grandpa. In one of the commercials, we see Gramps trying to help Sonny by hiding the Cocoa Puffs.
I'm gonna hide Cocoa Puffs.
But do we see that?
Gramps?
I'm not hiding Cocoa Puffs.
But immediately after, he says this.
I'm not cuckoo. Don't open that door then, cause there's munchy, crunchy, chocolatey Cocoa Puffs in there.
Look at him. He's clearly trying to tempt Sonny into getting the Cocoa Puffs. He even uses
Oh, and then he like hides immediately.
Sonny's exact trigger words and has a nefarious smile.
There's munchy, crunchy, chocolatey Cocoa Puffs in there.
Gramps doesn't want Sonny to beat his addiction. He just wants Sonny to think that he's on his side, but in reality, Gramps is manipulating him. But why? Because I think Sonny's grandpa is working for the humans.
On purpose,
Sonny is the mascot for Cocoa Puffs, and if humans are going to
I love that there is, okay, gross. That's the nastiest. Look, there's orange juice in that little snifter. You can't have chocolate. Ugh, Cocoa Puffs and orange juice? Ew.
continue to use Cocoa Puffs to control bird society, then they can't have the mascot on the box actively trying to avoid and discredit the cereal.
You've got to keep Cocoa Puffs away from me! It turns everything chocolatey, and they make me go cuckoo.
So, they use someone close and trusted to Sonny, like his grandpa, to manipulate him into never breaking free of his addiction.
Well, they're munchy and crunchy.
Oh, I'm Cocoa.
Just look at Gramps' life. He's got a big house, he eats at fancy restaurants, and he's a powerful judge who can seemingly break whatever rules he wants. Gramps is thriving in this human-controlled bird society,
And his hat is super ratty, which means that he wasn't always thriving.
I think it's because he made a deal with the humans to betray his own grandson. And once again, Gramps profiting off of Sonny has been foreshadowed since the very first commercials.
Oil, we're rich.
How you gonna get it up, Gramps?
Sonny can't resist Cocoa Puffs. Here, Sonny.
Yahoo!
Gramps, Sonny's only parental figure, has always been working against him. But
using him.
That brings up something else
brat.
that I've always wondered about. Why is Gramps Sonny's only parental figure? Where are Sonny's parents? Like, even if Sonny was a brood parasite inserted into this family, he'd still have parents before grandparents, right? It feels like someone's missing. This may seem like a pointless question to ask for how little backstory we're given about these characters, but there is actually a single insane hidden detail in one of these commercials
fun.
that unlocks one
There's
final
always
big
one
part
insane
of this
thing
deal.
hidden, huh?
Remember those family photos that had the military guy in them? If you look closely, the hallway is full of different bird people, all
Yep.
with boxes of Cocoa Puffs, except for one photo that shows a female bird all by herself. And it's the only photo with no Cocoa Puffs. It's a really weird detail.
It is interesting that all of the other birds are different. They're like, I mean, it makes a certain amount of sense if the cuckoo joined in kind of early, but like, there's only one other cuckoo bird, unless that's Gramps. Unless the other cuckoo bird, this guy right here, the only other cuckoo bird, like if he is Gramps and he married this lady, right? Because like the little boy child here, and then like we got the military guy, they look like they could potentially, like the military bird's like an eagle or something, yeah, either way they look like they could kind of be the same kind of bird. This lady here in the middle looks like she could kind of be the same kind of bird as this one, and then you got the blue guys on the other side, which are obviously which I think are supposed to be similar to her. I don't know. Lots of intermarrying kinds of things. Lots of different bird species in one family here. So if Grandpa was the first cuckoo and then he conspired to get another cuckoo in, maybe.
To include. But what's even stranger is that when Sunny is about to open the door to release the Cocoa Puffs, the photo changes to show the woman is afraid.
What?
Sunny. Sure,
How
maybe
Haunted
this was just
Mansion?
supposed to be a cartoony way to emphasize the danger, but then why is she the only photo that changes? The birds in the photo right next to her are completely indifferent to Sunny's struggle. This feels like the animators
that
are
is
intentionally trying to tell us something about specifically this female bird that we've never seen before. And trust me, I've checked. She doesn't show up in the background of any of the other commercials. So here is the final part of my theory. I think this is Sunny's mother. Maybe his real mother, or maybe his adopted mother from the whole brood parasite thing. Just like Sunny, she was clearly aware of the dangers of Cocoa Puffs and wanted to avoid them. But unlike everyone else, why don't we see her in any of these commercials?
Right?
I think it's because she tried to protect her son from the dangers of Cocoa Puffs, and the humans who needed Sunny for their plans murdered her because of it.
Dang! Let's throw murder in
These
there.
Cocoa Puff commercials are not just a bunch of funny little cartoons designed to sell cereal to kids. They are a complex, interconnected story about the horrors of war, addiction, family betrayal, and murder. And if after all of this, you still have the fucking balls to leave a comment saying, "Oh, Alex, I think they're just cereal commercials, you're overthinking this," then let me ask you this. Why did they decide to make the characters in these commercials birds? Birds can't eat chocolate. Chocolate is poisonous to birds. The entire bird world is slowly being poisoned by Cocoa Puffs so that humans are the only dominant species on this planet. Or maybe they're just cereal commercials, I don't know.
Maybe both. It is fun.
Hello! Thank you for watching. I got a lot more of these stupid, very in-depth, over-the-top fan theories coming out this year, so subscribe to catch those. Or check out the theories I've already made, because there's some good ones in there. I'd like to give a shout out to Mr. Nightmare.
I think that might be where I know him from.
Here,
I saw
so
the...
subscribe to catch those. Or check out the...
This, yes, because I did. Okay, so I watched some of his on my own because I had this Fire Nation spy guy. I remember watching these videos. He did some
theories I've already.
I watched it for sure. I don't remember if I saw his face in it though. It's like I recognized his voice, but I don't think I recognized his face.
Made, because there's some good ones in there. I'd like to give a shout out to Mr. Nightmind. He recently made a nearly 3-hour-long deep dive into my ARG web series Don't Feed the Muse, which is also connected to Happy Meat Farms and a bunch of other channels across the internet. If you don't know what the hell I'm talking about, or even what an ARG is, then I'd highly recommend watching his video. He makes my massive, complicated puzzle project much more accessible and easy to follow, and he even does his own fan theory
Aww,
what it all means.
What if I told you Alex Bale has been playing 4D chess all along, and every element of this has been calculated to astonishing dedicated degrees?
So I highly recommend that. It is a great
Fun.
video. Thank you, Mr. Nightmind. Thank you to the patrons who help support
Okay,
this channel.
great.
You can watch my videos early and get your name at the end by signing up. That's
Okay, wonderful. I kind of want to watch Miss Frizzle's Dark Secret. Maybe I'll watch some of those on my own. Like I said, I knew I'd seen something of his before, and I couldn't remember what. It was definitely the, Cabbage Merchant Fire Nation Spy one. I think he has a couple of Avatar ones I got hooked into at some point. But in any case, these are fun. But like I said, so many cereal commercials are so messed up. I still don't understand the fucking Cinnamon Toast Crunch ones where they're literally cannibals. Like, it's awful. Like, it freaks me out so bad. Like, some of the M&M ones are kind of cannibalistic these days, too. The M&Ms were always a little bit sketchy, though. They're always, like, trying to, like, convince people to eat their friends instead of themselves. So, like, the M&Ms have always been a little bit sociopathic. But the Cinnamon Toast Crunch guys are just flat-out cannibals. Anyway, Point being, cereal commercials and food commercials that use food commercials are weird in general. Food commercials are always weird. But this is fun. This was interesting. Got some murder involved, tragedy, experimentation, a little bit of political commentary thrown in there. Lots of everything in this particular video. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see more stuff like this, go ahead and let me know by hitting that like button, subscribing to the channel, and letting me know what to look at next. I'll see you then.